Have you noticed how the moment something becomes hard to get, it suddenly becomes all you can think about? The person who starts pulling away, the opportunity that's about to expire, the goal you've never had time for until a deadline is tomorrow. That is the dark power of scarcity. And if you understand it, you can use it to stop drifting through life and start moving like someone on a mission. Why the brain craves what it can't have. The human brain hates uncertainty and loss. When something feels rare, your mind labels it as more valuable, even if nothing about it actually changed. A product with only 3 left in stock, a message that hasn't been answered, a job you might lose, a deadline that is close. Your brain turns all of these into obsessions. Here's the twist. This is not always rational, but it's powerful. Scarcity grabs your attention, hijacks your thoughts, and pushes you to act. Most of the time, companies and even people use this against you. Fake countdown timers, last chance offers, silent treatment, playing hard to get. But what if you flip that script? What if, instead of being controlled by scarcity, you used it as fuel for your own goals? If that idea already clicks with you, remember to save this video so you can come back to it later, and consider subscribing so you don't miss the rest of this dark psychology series. Turning dark psychology into self-control. Imagine you treated your goals the way your brain treats limited time offers. Think of one dream you have pushed aside for months or years. Maybe it's getting in shape, starting a side hustle, learning a skill, or fixing your finances. Now imagine someone tells you, you have exactly 90 days. After that, the window closes. No second chances. Feel what happens in your body when you hear that. There is a little spark of urgency. That is scarcity waking up. Instead of waiting for life to scare you with real loss, you can create controlled scarcity for yourself. Not as a lie, but as a rule you choose to live by. You start saying things like, I will give myself 30 days to try this idea. After that, I either commit fully or let it go. I will treat this week as if it's the only week I have to prove to myself I can be disciplined. Now your mind doesn't see your goal as something I'll do someday. It becomes rare. It becomes now or never. And your motivation starts to rise. If this is helping you see your own behavior more clearly, tap like so the algorithm knows you want more content that actually challenges you, not just entertains you. The scarcity switch, from distraction to obsession. Right now, scarcity is probably working against you. You chase people who are unavailable. You obsess over notifications. You feel more drawn to what you're losing than to what you already have. To use dark psychology for motivation, you have to flip your scarcity switch. Start by asking a simple question. What am I treating as scarce? And what should actually be scarce instead? You might discover that you act like your time is unlimited, but someone else's approval is rare and precious, so you ignore your goals to chase attention. You scroll for hours but say you don't have time to build the life you want. The truth is brutal. Your time is the most limited thing you own. Your energy is limited. Your focus is limited. When you really feel that, distraction stops being attractive and starts looking expensive. Pause for a second and think. If today was one of the last 50 truly focused days you had left in your entire life, would you spend it the same way? If your answer is no, comment, I'm done wasting my days, and let that be your first public promise to yourself. Creating ethical scarcity for yourself. Dark psychology becomes dangerous when it's used to control others, but it becomes powerful when you apply it with honesty to yourself. You can do that in 3 simple ways without manipulating anyone. First, you limit your options. Too much choice kills action. So instead of juggling 10 goals, you decide, for the next 30 days, only 1 goal gets top priority. Every decision goes through this filter. Does this help that 1 goal or not? The moment you do that, your main goal becomes scarce. It stands out. It gets your best energy. Second, you limit your time. You stop telling yourself, I'll start when I feel ready, and you pick a clear start and end. For example, from Monday to Friday this week, I will work on my business idea for 45 minutes every evening. No excuses. Those 5 days become a scarce challenge. The fact that it ends makes it feel important. Third, you limit your access. You make it harder to reach the things that waste your time and easier to reach the things that move you forward. You delete apps from your home screen. You keep your phone in another room. You put your running shoes next to your bed. You place your notebook on your desk, open, with today's task already written. None of this is about willpower, it's about design. You are building a world where your good choices feel closer and your bad choices feel further away. If you're getting ideas for how to redesign your own environment, share one of them in the comments. Your idea might be exactly what someone else needs. The fear of missing out on your own life. There is one more dark truth most people never face. You already feel scarcity every day, but instead of using it to build your future, you use it to escape the present. You feel the fear of missing out on social media. You feel the fear of missing out on drama, trends, gossip, other people's lives. Yet there is something much more terrifying, the fear of missing out on your own potential. Imagine meeting the version of you who used scarcity the right way, the version who treated time as precious, who closed useless doors, who protected focus, like it was gold. Would that version of you be proud of how you are living today, or disappointed? That question is not meant to shame you. It's meant to wake you up, because you still have time left. You still have days you can turn around. You still have chances you haven't taken. If this is hitting you a bit deeper than usual, make sure you are subscribed, because we're going to dive even further into these topics in future videos, and you don't want to miss the tools that come next. A simple scarcity challenge you can start today. Before this video ends, don't just nod and move on. Use this moment of clarity. Pick one area of your life where you've been drifting. Your health, your money, your work, your relationships, your learning. Now set a simple scarcity rule for the next 7 days. Maybe you decide, for 7 days I will treat my mornings as if they are the only time I have to change my life. And you use that first hour to move your body, learn, build, or create. Or you decide, for 7 days I will act like I only have one chance to fix this habit. And you design your environment so that the right choice is the easiest choice. Write your 7-day rules somewhere you will see it. Take a screenshot of this part of the video as a reminder. Tell a friend or drop your rule in the comments to make it real. Scarcity is not going away. You can let it control you from the shadows, or you can drag it into the light and make it work for you. Use deadlines, use limits, use structure, not to punish yourself, but to protect the life you say you want. If you found value here, don't just close the app and forget. Subscribe and turn on notifications if you want more deep dives into dark psychology, motivation, and self-mastery. And share this video with one person you care about, someone who needs a wake-up call just as much as you did. Your time is already running out. The question is not, do you have enough? The question is, what will you do with what's left starting today? You do not need to be perfect. You only need to take the next serious step while this message is still fresh in your mind. Close the gap between the life you imagine and the actions you take. Let scarcity remind you, this moment will never come back. Use it wisely, and your future self will thank you for what you started right now. Start now.